Live.
All right.
Oh, no, I did. I saw that. Oh, did you? No, okay. Being naughty and dick checking. Oh my gosh. Katy Perry channeling. It was.
It's like over a year ago.
Katy Perry. Nobody else.
Hey Jack, can you make sure?
That's centered properly.
Yeah, my head isn't. I'm sure it won't be. Not
Well, it's so
not
big, I don't
far.
know if we can fit it in.
Ready?
Kind of snapped out of it and you're like, it's go to game day.
All right, let's go. All right, guys, we're gonna get started.
All right.
Get back at it. All right, we're actually live now on Facebook. So for all our Facebook followers out there, thank you for joining us today. Our Mastermind Network Business Planning Workshop. We got a couple great speakers lined up here, coming here soon. So first of all, let me go ahead and introduce Tony Reyes again back to you guys, to my Facebook Live members. He's one of the co-founders of the Mastermind Network. All right.
Thank you, and welcome online viewers. Stay tuned with us. We got a special thing for you guys. I'm gonna come down in between the next break, the next two breaks, and then we're gonna come down and do a challenge for you guys. And one of you guys is gonna win a prize from here. So stay tuned with us and welcome. Thank you for joining us. So how's the food, everybody? Is it good stuff? Did we make a good decision on that? All right. We're having an awesome time so far. So we're gonna get into our next speaker. We have her all set up with retail management, operations, casino, and nonprofit experience, as well as being in the marketing industry for almost a decade. Lemke's Leverage was finally built to provide just that. The passion comes from learning about people, their businesses. Her favorite part of her journey is the relationships she builds and shares to encourage success with one another. Sorry about that. Let me back up here.
We're just live.
So her motto is, I may not know everything, but I know someone who does. From virtual assistance to social media marketing, or even training to help you maintain your social media strategy. With Lemke's Leverage, you'll have the tools and resources that you need to become the business you aspire to be. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand and give it up for Cyndi Lemke.
For the presentation. Am I speaking loud enough? Doing okay? Good. So looking back and moving forward, I read tens of, I read a couple of articles. I am constantly reading articles, and I'm obsessed with social media and marketing in general. And my passion is people and businesses and helping you get to your next goal. So this was a really fun thing for me to work on for you. So we're going to look back at 2016 from the beginning, kind of what they were planning was going to be big and what was happening in 2016, and then we're going to look and see what's trending or what we should be focusing on for 2017. Daniel Newman, a contributor for Forbes magazine, said, if relevance, context, and effective delivery aren't the topic of regular conversations in your marketing department, 2016 is going to be frustrating for you. What that means is you have to pay attention to what your customers want and need so that your message fits to deliver what you can do to fill that need. So there's a list of several things that they were focusing on for 2016. Embrace the customer experience model. So that's where everyone was trying to make sure that part of their marketing efforts were actually making sure that the customer enjoyed the experience when they came in. Will ad blockers change the game? And and this is kind of the whole TV thing. You know, people are using TiVo and DirecTV to fast forward and record, and so people thought, well, TV's not going to be great for commercials, and we're not going to spend our money, which was probably a good idea because people don't do that. And I think I heard Antonio say one time in a meeting that the new TV is your phone, and that's absolutely true. People get radio, TV, articles, everything is on their phone, so mobile is huge. But ad blockers change the game, yes and no. So yes, they change the game because people can control the ads that come up, But no, we have to get creative as businesses to put our business out there. And how are you evolving your business, your marketing message to get into where the people are? Dream and market in 3D. I think that was a dream. I don't think anybody even touched it. It's too big and we're not there yet. Marketers will finally recognize social media as a channel, not a strategy. I think we are getting there. I think that people are realizing that social media is your advertising platform because that's where your customers are. And we have to be where our customers are. Omnichannel will be retail's best friend. So did you guys know that when you go to Target and you use their Wi-Fi and they have things set up in their aisles, they know what you're looking at, they know how long you're looking at it, and they know when you keep walking. This isn't to be creepy, although it kind of is. It's because they want to better serve you. They want to know what you're looking at so they can enhance that for you. And when you're walking down Walmart and they have those commercials now on the end caps, it'll scare the hell out of you when you're walking like, oh my God. That's because they have to get your attention and they're getting creative because you're not watching it on TV. And you're probably not going to watch that Walmart video, but when you're shopping, you have to. You bump into it. People and businesses are getting creative on how to connect with you. And we have to train our customers that that's how we are going to be able to contact them, follow up with them, because they're going to start messaging you on social media and asking you questions, and you're going to start having part of your whole strategy as finding out who they are and what they want so that you can better serve them. Am I going too fast? Am I talking too fast?
Doing perfect.
Okay, perfect. Big data is for marketers. I was going to go for a really long time on that, but I think that what we just need to realize that we do have access to the information of what's going out there. When you use your Facebook page as a business page and not a profile, you have insights that you should be reading and looking at who's looking at it, when they're looking at it, if they're men, if they're women, if they're regional. There's insights. And now Instagram, if you do yours as a business page, you also get insights. You guys need to use, that's data. That's stuff you need to use when you're going to create your next post or your next strategy. Video use explodes while live streaming finds a purpose. So video is, in probably 2014 and 2015, we said, if you're going to post something, make sure you have a picture with it, because you're going to capture their attention with the photo, and then they'll read what you have to say. Well, now it's moved on to video, and now more importantly and more excitingly, it's live video. So people, if you mess up, if you get nervous, if something happens, they're going to catch it and they're going to remember you by that. But that just means you're human. It's okay, you're still relatable. We all want to grow together, and Facebook Live helps us do that together and remember the trip together. Nobody's going to be perfect, and don't stop yourself from getting out there because you're trying to be perfect. No one's going to wait for you. Get out there and get out there now. No rest for content. What that means is when you are getting ready to post and you're talking about your business, content is what you're putting out there. And content is the information, but get creative with it. Use beautiful photos as the background with your text in there. Content is sharing informational industry articles, other power partners. Content means that you're not selling all the time. And I give classes from people that are just getting the app on their phone to people that have been in social media for years. And the 80-20 rule is my favorite rule of all. The 80-20 rule is 80% of the time you can educate, entertain, and enlighten, and only 20% of the time are you selling. Because if you're selling more than that, they're unfollowing you and leaving your page yesterday. Last year has brought a lot of change, but these trends also prove that driving the factors aren't new, they've just grown up. So basically what we need to understand is that the ever-loving, evolving of social media is never gonna stop. You're never gonna be on top of it. I love social media, I'm fascinated by it, I'm obsessed by it, and I'm still learning things, even on Facebook, because they have weekly changes, weekly upgrades. There's new apps coming out that might fail tomorrow or might take over, Twitter. You never know, and it's always exciting to see how people are interacting. There's some young college students out there that have developed an app that kind of, it's Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter all mixed up, and it's called Blast Chat. There's just a handful of people on it, and they're making changes all the time to accommodate who's on there, and The really cool thing about that is it's a very small community, and I love watching him grow his app and learning, and he puts it out there. You can't be afraid to fail, and that's in everything you do, but most importantly, your social media. If you're not going to commit to a business page, I want you to take the time to look on your personal profile, who's following you, who you're following, and what are they doing. And you're not going to be able to get insights, but what you can see, how many comments they have, how many likes they have, and if they have a bunch and they have some interaction, be inspired by what they do. You don't have to worry about people stealing what you're doing or copying what you're doing. You have to be inspired by what people are doing and add your flavor to it. Nobody can do it exactly like you do. And if you do that, it's called sharing or retweeting, and that's okay too. So Megan Mraz wrote 7 game-changing marketing trends to tackle in 2016. The other thing is I know Facebook Live, you can't see what I have up here, but I think it's really important to recognize the people, oh, they can see it, to recognize the people that you get the information from. I don't know everything, and I never will, and I don't even care to know everything, but I love that we can get on the internet and we can Google anything we want to learn, and someone is already getting you there. And then you can research from that, and you can keep going, but without the people that don't help us contribute, we're never going to learn anything. That's why you, for your industry and your business, need to have social media and need to be blogging, because people care what you have to say, and you're probably going to educate, enlighten, or entertain someone. So don't be afraid to connect with these people. Relationship marketing is exactly what it sounds like. When you're at the bank and now we're friends on Facebook and you tell me that you're going to an event, I might want to go to that event just to support her. And guess what? I'm probably going to open up a bank account at Provident Bank, or I'm going to tell people how amazing she is and that if you want good customer service, you're going to go see her there. People need to know that when they need a lawyer, that there's Mastermind Network and there's really amazing lawyer, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. You got to go to the network and find out who she is. Networking, relationships, it's about, and that's what I love about Mastermind Network, and I got to tell you guys, people care about you and want to support you and want to watch you win and grow. There's the opposite of that everywhere, but that's in life in general. So you're kind of in control of your message. If you want it to be positive, enlightening, and motivating, it's going to be those things, and you're going to start getting people from all over the world that are into those same things. If you're bitching and moaning and just nasty, you're going to get all those people, and that's what's going to, so take control of the message that you want and that you're sharing and that you want to collect. Marketing automation is probably 2 or 3 years old. It's an amazing, now you want to talk creepy. With your marketing automation, you can I'm not a coding or website person, but I know what it does. So when it's a code that you put on the back, whatever. When you go to this website, it knows what pages you went to, how long you spent on them, what you clicked on, and you can set up what are called triggers, that if someone comes to your homepage 3 times, it's automatically going to send you a welcome letter. Hey, I saw that you came to the website, just wanted to make sure that you didn't have any questions. And that's marketing automation, so that you don't even have to think about it because you're busy doing what you do in your industry. And that's taking time because A, it's a little creepy, because it's so invasive, and people are, we like our privacy, so that's going to take that away, because I know you're looking at this website, and I know you're looking at this page, and I know you've come 3 times, and that's why I'm sending you the letter. But when we start opening up and being a little more, and that's how part of the evolution is, people getting comfortable and gravitating towards it. Marketing automation is going to start growing, and there's now a couple free platforms that you can add to your website that do a little bit of that for free for you to start trying it out. Location-based marketing technology is basically like when you go on Facebook and you want to do an ad and you want to make sure it's this amount of people at this age group within this zip code. That's really, really great. And you can have an event for maybe real estate, and you want to focus on Southern California, but even granular, maybe northern San Diego and Temecula area, you can do that. Virtual reality, we're talking about 2016 is going to be huge in 2017. I know You guys see the commercials for the virtual reality for presents and Christmas coming up. That's going to, I'm not sure how we're going to use that as a business yet, but it's going to be really fun when we figure that out. And I don't know what number 5 is. I was going to look it up and I didn't have time. Search past search engines. So what that means is when I was researching this a couple months ago, did you guys know on Facebook they have their own search? So you don't Google it, you Facebook it. Did you guys know that if you go to facebook.com/services, you can search for whatever you want? And as a business, that's really important because it's a recommendation that you can have people do recommendations for your business, and you can see if it's coming up. But more importantly, if it's not coming up, you can change your keywords, you can change what you're doing to get that presence in the search engine. So Facebook has their own search engine, just like Yahoo, Google, and everybody else, but these platforms are going to start adding their own search engines, and that's going to be really important for your keywords and you getting it. Wearable technology, what they're talking about are like your smartwatch and your Fitbit, and we're going to be able to collect that data so that we can better serve our customers. The 7 game-changing trends should be essential elements in your 2016 marketing plans. By 2017, we'll have a whole new bag of tricks to share with you. But get ahead of the game, keep thinking ahead, and see how things evolve from here. And that was so important to me because we have to say that every month. What did we learn from last month? What did we try? What worked? What did we dump? And what are we going forward with? So don't get overwhelmed with the whole annual calendar, like, oh my gosh, because it's going to change anyway. It's good to plan out 90 days out and make it a rolling calendar. That's perfect for talking about what's going on and what's happening so things don't surprise you. And it's a little more realistic than, we all want a year calendar, that would be fantastic. But so many things happen that are going to change all of those things. A rolling 90 days will be a little more realistic. And of course we can play Monday quarterback to what happened for 2016, but we need to take and learn from what happened. How will this change your plans for 2017 based on 2016? I challenge you to look and see what you did. And you did do something because you were networking, you were at events, you met people, you talked about that on social media, and most of you, I'm sure, have social media, and maybe you're just afraid to go out too far. Don't be afraid, play with it. Get an app, have fun with it. You can't break anything. You're going to meet some amazing people. You're going to see some amazing things. And if you don't see things that you like, you can block them. And you can hide from them. And you can do all those things so that they don't, you are in total control of what you see. And that's why as business and marketers, we have to pay attention to what we're doing. Because if we stray away from the 80-20 rule and we sell too much, we're losing them. We're going to lose them. So focus on that 80-20 rule. So let's move to 2017. Joe Palizzi wrote the biggest content marketing trends in 2017. So what he did was he spent the whole 12 months, past 12 months, talking to people in the industry, marketing industry, that have worked with people from all other industries on what they were doing, what works, and what we should start doing. Creation of real content marketing strategy is number 1, should be number 1, because content marketing is things that people want to see, they want to read. You have to stay engaged by the 3 E's. And it's really simple because enlightening, engaging, and entertaining are what they want. You have to filter in your 20% by trying to find those things in the 3 E's. But content marketing education is really big. Everybody wants to know something, and share statistics because people love to repeat the information you sent them if they remember the numbers that go with it. And it makes them feel smarter and they're sharing information. So statistics are a great thing to share. Native advertising is like a gateway drug to content marketing, and basically that's just educating about your industry and your product. I'm not going to read that. Influencer marketing, though, sorry, I'm not going to read it, but influencer marketing is all the new rage for the end of 2016 going into 2017. What does that mean? That means maybe you're not on social media, but you keep noticing that the same person comes up all the time, and John is always sharing all this awesome stuff. And I don't want to share it because I'm not sure how to do that. But John, will you mention my business the next time that you go on this rant about whatever you're talking about, so people know that you like what I do? That's influencer marketing. And there is millennials out there that you can pay thousands of dollars to say that they love your product. But you have a lot of people in your local network. And something I want to work on for 2017 is all of us sharing each other's things. Antonio and Tony, you guys do a fantastic job of supporting us, and I really appreciate that. But I think that we should have take some time to pick maybe every month. Josh, I'm going to support everything you do that month. And then next month I'm going to do Provident Bank, and then next month I'm going to do, because we can't go anywhere alone, and I'd much rather go on a journey with someone. And I feel like this is the trend with everybody. When someone wins here, when someone that I'm working with starts building their business and starts moving ahead, I feel proud, and I'm super excited for them. So I'm always going to try to help somebody move on and move up. And if that's what I can do in my niche, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to train you guys to do that for me, so that we're constantly sharing the love. So social media for 2017 is huge. But don't be intimidated by it. And it's okay to have 1 or 2 platforms, even if you just start with Facebook, because Facebook is the new phone book. 5 to 95, they're on Facebook. They're not, I am learning in the last probably 3 months, and I know I brought this up at one of the other things that I talked about. I have thousands of followers on all other platforms, like thousands. I think I'm up to like 450 on Facebook, but I have met some really, really talented, influential marketing people that have 6,000 and 8,000 and 10,000, but they go to their Facebook page. I was talking to a guy that has 200 followers on his Facebook page, but he gets calls all the time because they leave Facebook to go find him on the platform they're most comfortable. They're on Facebook, they're not active on Facebook. So does that make sense? So if you're gonna start somewhere, you're gonna get recognized on Facebook because everybody's there. Whether it's the millennials that say that they're not because it's not cool anymore, they're lying, they're on it. Purpose-driven marketing, and this is really good for the nonprofits. And I've seen, and this happens a lot for the holidays, where businesses will get involved to try to share a purpose, a charity, a nonprofit, and help them grow and do like a turkey drive or the presents. Purpose-driven marketing skyrockets your reach, your views, and your engagement. Well, what if in 2017 we thought of doing a purpose-driven marketing campaign every quarter for a nonprofit that has, I talked to, and I'm sorry I can't remember your name, but from the food pantry in Hemet, they get most of their food for the year like in December, and come October, they're trying to hustle out there to get food for all the people. And we're going to start a campaign next year that if every family, so a family of 4, took in 4 like boxes or cans just once a month, just 4 things. If everybody did that in every community, that we wouldn't have a need for food. We'd have plenty of food. So, but people aren't thinking about it first quarter, second quarter, or maybe even third quarter. So with purpose-driven marketing, you're helping whoever needs help, and you're getting recognition for your business. And it's okay. It's okay to do good things to get recognition for it. That's just marketing. And what a great thing to help a nonprofit in the meantime. Video and visual, always. Always, always, always have a photo with whatever you post. It's gonna do better with video, and it's gonna do even better with live. So you can do a live campaign for anything you do in your industry by interviewing partners, getting testimonials on your day off when you're shopping and you want to promote where you're shopping at, but it's getting you recognition because people are seeing you, what you're doing. Facebook Live, maybe start little and do once a month, because if you're not doing it all right now, just try it once a month, even on your personal, to get you out of your comfort zone. I don't like to do it either, but you have to. We have to get out there, and we have to get out of our comfort zone to grow. Because if you're comfortable, you're not going to go anywhere. Snapchat, super duper fun. And it's there for a little bit, but people want to know, your audience want to know you behind the black curtain. They want to know what you're doing on a daily basis to get to where you are today, because you're a superstar. And if you weren't a superstar, you wouldn't be here tonight. You're doing what it takes to make things happen, people. You're hustling and you're working, and people want to know. Motivate other people, inspire other people. And Snapchat does that. And it's that I have met some amazing people on Snapchat, and they're so young and they're so bright and they're so ready to share their information, which is kind of not what was happening before. Everybody was kind of hoarding the information, and you have to buy it, or you have to hire me before. Well, that's social media is killing all of that, and we're helping each other grow. And Snapchat is a great thing to do for business, because you have to show what's going on behind that black curtain. You can show before events, during events, or after events, and you can just show a normal day in the office, or have fun in the break room, and enjoy a break with someone on Snapchat. And yes, you have to be professional, and yes, you have to, have some lines, that you want to carry, but you should be doing that. Listen, you're an entrepreneur, you're a business person, you should be doing that all the time now. You have to make a decision that people are going to see you wherever you're at all the time, because now you're a superstar. So you have that responsibility of watching what you're doing and what you're saying all the time. We're not perfect, I'm not perfect, but it has to be on the back of your mind. Facebook, phone book. Teams and workflow. So what that means to me, and I don't remember what he said, but what that means to me is make sure that your team is on the same page. And even if you're a one-man band, you have a team. That's what we are. Let us know what you're doing and what your goals are, so that we're sharing and we're liking and we're supporting you. And workflows are just follow-up. Workflows are to kind of stay in front of the customers, make sure that you're following up with emails or communications of some kind, but follow up, follow up, follow up. That's probably what kills most of us. Follow up, follow up, follow up. We have to have a plan in place for that. Content strategy, pipes and processes, basically what I just said or earlier. But content strategy is sharing the 3 E's, but kind of having that mapped out in your 90-day rolling strategy, because you don't want to just put random stuff out there. You want to have a plan. You want to know what it's leading to. And call to actions are really important. So people will talk about CTAs, a call to action. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to call you? Do you want them to go to your website? Do you want them to email you? Let them know what you can tell them what to do. They want to know. And mobile. It used to be, I think, like in the 70%. It's definitely in the high 80% percentile that people are looking at whatever you're doing on their phone. Definitely almost into the 90% bracket. Because the only time they're on a desktop is if they're at work, or if maybe they're at home and their feed's a little better, their Wi-Fi, I mean. But mobile is probably 90% of the time. So keep that in mind when you're redoing your website. Make sure it's mobile friendly. But also remember, good time to post, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner is when they're going to pick up their phone and check on whatever you're doing. So that's always a really good thing. And then really late at night, because people are on their phones, and not everybody's going to admit it, but just before their eyes finally close for the night, they're probably just going to put the phone down. And that could be anywhere from 9 o'clock to 3 a.m. So you're still going to get some engagement in the wee hours, and on the weekends too. Sunday nights I wouldn't. Mondays are kind of optional for you. But breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they're checking their phone. I wouldn't make it too important on a Monday because they're just kind of killing time. But it's really, really important. Content technology before you choose technology. I don't know what that means. I should have worked on that a little more, sorry. Writing, it still counts. Yes, so part of your content. This is where I want to kind of focus on blogging a little bit. Did you guys know that Facebook has a blog? Did you know that if you go into Facebook under notes, it's a blog? So you have Facebook, WordPress, and LinkedIn, where you can be blogging for free, and you can be sharing all of your information to all of your social media platforms. And blogging it can be as intimate as a diary for your day and how you're doing and building that rapport, or it can be about, on a weekly basis, what you came across and how you handled it and what you're going to do next week, or maybe it's just industry tips and trends or what's going on, but you need to get into blogging to expand your reach, because people do take the time, especially on LinkedIn, they take time to read articles, and more importantly, they'll view your profile and they'll share your content if they like it, and you become moving closer to that industry expert that you want to be. For people, when they think about what you do, they're going to come to you. So blogging is kind of building that relationship, introducing yourself to who they are, what you do, and kind of breaking down the barrier so you become more approachable. So blogging is going to be very, very important this year. Integration with sales is really, really important. From day one it has been, and I've been in marketing for a really long time, and one of the biggest complaints were that the people on the front lines had no idea what the people in the marketing room, what their goal was. Like, I don't know, I just got this, and now you want me to say this, and now we're having this promotion. I didn't even know we were having this promotion. That's not good. So make sure that the communication that's going on when you're talking about whatever your social media campaign is going to be, make sure everybody knows, because I guarantee if you get the group together, they're going to have even better points to make it better, or to build the reach, and they're going to share it, they're going to get the buy-in, and it's going to grow. But if you're just trying to do a campaign because you're just trying to get out there, it's going to be half-assed, and it's not going to be as good as if you have the whole team working together. ROI and measurement, really, really important. Kind of don't have to talk about that. But that's where your insights come in, and where you can monitor where the money's going and what your return on the investment is, as far as your reach and your likes and your comments and engagement at the very end, phone calls coming in, appointments coming in, those kind of things. Email and marketing automation. Now they're saying that email is dead. That can't happen. Email is not dead, because we all have our phones, and that's where we get our email, and we still get email. But the marketing automation is what's really important for the email, because you're getting the emails based on your what you're doing. So you've already shown interest, that you came to my website, and now I'm sending you an email because you went to this page for so many times and all that good stuff. So email is not dead. Don't let them tell you that. It's probably the content, maybe even the subject line that you need to work with a little bit. But email is never going to be dead, or not for a little while anyway. Content distribution and promotion. And this is where we're going to kind of move into not just enlightening, entertaining, and educating, but promoting your business through events and making things happen on top of just sharing information. But promotions, getting them to share that content, and they might win a prize, or getting them involved, and the promotion will help with the engagement. I got everybody good? You guys feeling good? Yeah, I'm not losing you?
Yeah.
Getting bored? So what does all of that mean for 2017? God, is it really hot in here? Woo! Just me. Knew that was coming from somebody. So what does that mean for 2017? More events to capture live video. So think about that. That can be as simple as welcoming somebody in the door, like, oh my God, we're so glad you're here. Who are you? What are you doing here? And have fun with it. It can be very simple. It can be 2 minutes. It doesn't have to be an hour, and it shouldn't be unless you're doing a routine on an ongoing basis. You should keep it to 30 seconds to 2 minutes, because otherwise they're gonna move on. Pay attention to sharing relevant content, which we keep talking about, because your followers are. If you're sharing just random, willy-nilly stuff that has nothing to do with you, then they're gonna lose interest, and they're gonna just keep moving on. Engage, respond, and follow up. This creates loyalty. And what does that mean? That means if someone, not so much for the likes, we appreciate the likes, we love the likes, but if they're gonna comment, you need to respond to that. Even if it's like so glad you liked it, or thanks so much, or even if it's just like a emoji, just do like another emoji, just, you can keep it simple, but let them know you saw that, and let them know you appreciate it, and that's how you do it. Also, it will also, when the next time they post, they might ask that question because you did care enough to respond to it. So you're looking to see what's going on. It builds that loyalty, believe it or not. Then they're gonna follow, and then more importantly, they're gonna share your information. Humanize your brand. going back to Snapchat, but you should use this once in a while on your platforms, is let people know who you are. Take down the barriers a little bit. More importantly, just become approachable. Don't be that huge superstar that no one wants to be embarrassed to ask a dumb question, or no one wants to know if you're too busy to talk to me. That helps humanize the brand and make you more approachable. Custom content per platform. Sometimes it works based on your industry that you do the same post for everything that you're on. A lot of times that works. But if you have LinkedIn and Instagram and Facebook, you're not going to put the same thing on Instagram and Facebook that you are on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is always suit and tie, you know, dotted I's, crossed T's, very professional. So depending on what the post is, you got to make sure that you're maintaining that, what's the word?
Level of professionalism.
Yes, thank you, all of that. So, you know, have fun on Facebook. It's a little more personal. It's a little more, you can have fun and do silly things, but you're never, ever, ever going to do that on LinkedIn. So make sure that your platform matches what your content is. And lastly, plan, schedule, review, and revise. And the revise is the most important piece, because even if you don't have the insights, even if you're not going to look and see who, what, where, when, why, and how is going on with your post, if you don't have any likes, you can base everything on that. That means you need to change it. Get them excited about what you do, and you can get excited about banking and law and healthcare and real estate. I don't know how, but we can do it. And we have to figure out ways to do that so that people stay engaged. Sorry, that was a lot. Do you guys have any questions?
What if somebody says a comment on a post and it's, you don't agree with it, or it's sort of negative, or it's kind of...
My first question to you, is it on your business
Repeat
page?
the question.
So her question was, how do you handle a negative or derogatory comment on a post? My first question to you, on a personal page. So that's your personal page, you can delete it. Or more effectively, you can respond and say, I appreciate that you commented on whatever I had to say, but I don't appreciate how you came across, and I really, really want my friends and followers to be respected. So if you don't want to be deleted, please don't talk to me that way on my page. You can have a little bit of an attitude because that's your page. Now, if it's a business page, 90% of the time you do not want to delete, because they're going to tell God and everybody that you deleted that post and didn't do anything about it. So, I mean, unless it's vulgar, you know, then of course. But what I would do, even if it was vulgar, is delete it and then say, you know, John Doe wrote that he didn't like blah, 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 and this has happened, and then how you handle it. And sometimes it's common sense to everyone else, and what will happen is, as long as you address it, other people are going to come in and say, you know what, good job, that's how I would have handled it too, and you were right, or you were wrong, but I appreciated the way you handled it, right? Because when you're in business, you're never going to make everybody happy all the time, but how you handle that is going to make decisions for people on how they're going to continue with you or join in a venture with you, kind of thing. So always try to keep it professional and a positive response, and I try never to delete unless it's vulgar. But then even if you have to delete it, at least bring it up and that you had to respond to it in a certain way and that you took it down because of XYZ. Anybody else? Thank you so much for your time.
All right, we're running a little bit behind, so what we're going to do is take a quick break. So if you need to use the restroom really quick, and while we set up the next presenter for you guys, okay? So just give us a couple minutes here.